Right, yesterday, the Orange County Sheriff's Office announced that they will reject California's sanctuary laws and actually help ICE agents and enforce federal law. We sent our own Tommy Lahren to Orange County to ask residents what they think of the undersheriff and this move. Take a look.
So I can tell by your shirt that you're probably pretty excited about the Orange County Sheriff, who's making the list of inmates, criminal inmates, available upon their release, making it easier for ICE to do their job.
I support the enforcement of law, and I want to see that happen. That's an important thing to our community.
We should do as much as we can to find out, certain kind of criminals that are here illegally, that they should follow law.
It's a bad idea. I think being a sanctuary city, we're supposed to protect, each other, and we're supposed to build bridges. I believe in building bridges and not walls,
I think we should be paying our immigration officers to do probably more to go ahead and do their job a bit better.
Well, then what about making it easier for them to find criminal illegal aliens that are coming out of prison?
Yeah, it should be extremely easy to do that, yeah.
I guess if they're violent, sure, but what if, you got a ticket crossing the street, like jaywalking or something, and
They're coming out of jail, though? I mean, that's not really a jail.
I mean, you can go to jail for all kinds of things here, right? If you have unpaid traffic violations, you're gonna land in jail, right?
If those people have that many unpaid traffic violations, those are the kind of people you want living in your country that have no legal right to be here in the first place?
Most Californians do not want California to be a lawless sanctuary state. They want to be protected. They want the laws enforced.
Joining us live from Orange County, California, Fox News contributor Tommy Lahren. Orange County is not California. Orange County is a little bit of a more conservative area. But if they go after this sheriff, this is where it gets serious. And you heard the Attorney General today. I wonder, does that then mean that the Oakland mayor that was aiding and abetting criminal illegal immigrants by telling them that they were going to be arrested and giving them an opportunity to get away, is now they're going to be reciprocity? This could be an all-out battle.
I think if the citizens of California, wherever they are honest with themselves, they want to be safe and secure in the state of California. And again, talking to people on the streets today, that's what you heard. This community, although it is somewhat conservative in Orange County, where we are in Santa Ana, this is an immigrant community as well. There are a lot of immigrants here, some of them illegal, some of them legal. And the legal immigrants that I spoke to, although they want what's best for their fellow immigrants, they believe in the rule of law. They want to be safe in their community because they feel that they are Americans. That's what I heard today.
And remember, the president said, I want to build a big wall on the southern border with a big door, but just asking people to do it legally.
Well, I think that's what I've been asking people for weeks now in California, and they agree. I think that the left has just dominated this conversation about the wall, and it's become just a talking point at this point. But if you really break it down, people want security, they want safety, they want the immigration process to be reformed. They want common sense, and the wall is common sense. It's just the left has dominated this conversation, and they've made the wall some kind of a demon object, and it's not. It's for the safety of Americans.
All right, Tommy, thanks so much for doing that. Great job tonight. Joining us now with more on this decision is the Orange County, California Undersheriff, Don Barnes is with us. Sir, first I want to applaud you. Yeah. Secondly, I kind of took what your Attorney General out in California said as a threat. In other words, he wouldn't, almost insinuating he might try to arrest you for just putting out who's in jail and when they're getting released. Isn't that legal?
Well, it is completely legal. It's under the law that was passed under Senate Bill 54. There is a provision that says what we clearly cannot do, which we cannot communicate with Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, but it says we can make this information available if we make it available to the public, which is exactly what we've done yesterday. Yeah. So we are following the law, and we have an obligation to follow the law.
Doesn't the state of California, when you have an Oakland mayor, again, the ICE was trying to enforce laws against criminal illegal immigrants, those that committed other crimes beyond that which was not respecting our laws and sovereignty. If I were to give people a warning that you were about to go in and hold them accountable for crimes, would I be aiding and abetting and obstructing justice?
Well, potentially, but I think that would be a little bit of a stretch. This is what we're very clearly doing. We're going after very serious offenders who are in custody of our jail and are being convicted of some very serious crimes. SB 54 allows us to notify ICE on those that were under the Trust Act, which was passed in 2014, a previously passed legislation. And that's what we're doing. We're still notifying ICE. The sheriff has that discretion. Last year, we turned over 580. We had 57,000 bookings, so that's a small percentage, or actually just 58,000. This year, we've already turned over 181, but 244 individuals were not turned over to ICE, and that's what we're concerned about. So they're very serious crimes, and they're being returned back to the community, and quite honestly, back to the communities in which they preyed upon and committed their crimes to begin with. So we're trying to help the community be safer by turning these individuals over to ICE and not letting them return to the communities and commit more crime.
Do you have a response to the Attorney General and the comments that he made tonight? Because I took them as a little threatening towards you.
Well, they were threatening, but I would say my hope would be that he would read the language of the law that was passed. It very clearly says in there what we can and cannot do. We cannot communicate with ICE, which is in and of itself a challenge. It's returning us back to a pre-9/11 condition legislatively, where we can't talk with other federal law enforcement agencies, and that's problematic on its face. But it also has a provision where we can't make this information available publicly. It's the information made available publicly on every inmate within our custody of the jail who has a sentence expiration date, not those who are here illegally. Every inmate in our care has that information posted online. So we're not designating anybody. Anybody can go sift through that information, find out who's here.
Sure, if he does do anything, I promise you I will do everything in my power to help mobilize people to assist and help you in any way we can. Thank you for standing up for the rule of law.
You're welcome, Sean. Thanks for having me.
When we come back, an incredible emotional display of camaraderie. It will break your heart.